Hi everybody, Dr. Debunk back to do part 5 of my overview of the events of the last three when the Martian germ invaded the world and made our lives miserable. So I left off with talking about the Martian vaccine and the problems. I have to take half of this to explain it. And so the purpose of a vaccine is to prevent serious illness. But they're trying to tell everybody that the purpose of a vaccine is to eradicate the illness. You can't do that. I mean, it took great efforts to get rid of smallpox and polio. And there was good reason they tried to do that. But really, you can't fully eradicate it. And even if smallpox and polio came back, they'd be a lot weaker because these germs get weaker. And so, but they're trying to push this agenda like, giving flu shots, which is madness. Healthy people should not be getting flu shots. I'll do other videos on that in the future in great depth. But with the Martian vaccine, the point was to try to give a seriously ill person or somebody at high risk a vaccine that boosts their immunity enough to where that the Martian germ won't kill you. But it doesn't kill anybody now that's healthy because it's a colder flu grade germ. And are you afraid of dying of the flu? So then why do you need a vaccine? It's absurd. And now it's made a comeback. There's a new variation of the Martian. And I'm seeing people every day with the Martian for the last month. It's strong enough to spread in the summer. And it's worse than a cold. The variation of the Martian now has just been a cold grade since January 2022. And I'll get back to that. But now this new variation came out. I can't say why. It started about 6-8 weeks ago, whatever. But, the sickest people are getting is a flu for 7 days. And then you're fine. So, anyway, so the point of vaccination is to prevent serious illness. Well, now the Martian can't seriously affect normal people. So, seriously ill people, emphysema people, high-risk people, I'm not going to get into that. This is all about normal people that I'm referring to in all these videos. And so nobody should be getting this vaccine, period. Because all there is risk and no benefit. We don't know. The 18,000 people currently today reported on VAERS on the CDC website that died as a complication from the Martian variation or vaccine. We don't know the characteristics of those people because they won't look into it. And I haven't looked lately, but as of 6 months ago, there were no studies going on trying to figure this out. They just keep saying almost nobody has had serious complications. This is the safest vaccine since they made light bread. It's like eating a donut. It's a bald-faced lie. And their data shows it because the government always covers their butt. They always put the information out there, but they try to hide it as much as they can. And so always with any medical treatment, it's a risk to benefit ratio. So the risk is high because I can't tell you maybe this vaccine doesn't like 25-year-old females. Maybe it doesn't like ugly old Italians. That's me, even though I'm healthy. We just don't know. And until they come up with criteria of who's getting these serious, because the side effect rate, I do a little study, and this is a crap study, but I do it anyway. I asked a couple hundred people. And this is a question I ask my patients. Have you known anybody who took the Martian vaccine and then was permanently altered? They were never the same again. Or maybe they died. 50% of those 200 tell me, yes, a close friend, family, someone that they know of, firsthand knowledge, someone who's reliable, not just some drunk guy on the street. And so reliable people in your life will tell you, half of them will tell you that yes, my next door neighbor, who I've known for 5 years, said his daughter is never the same, or his wife, or whatever. And then people know people that have died. It's amazing how many people will tell you. You start asking around, do you know anybody who took the vaccine and died within a couple months? Watch how many people say yes. So what's the real death rate? It's not good, folks, you know. But I don't need to tell you that, because at least half of America will never trust the government again. And you're smart. Unfortunately, they don't look out for us anymore. Maybe they never did. Anyway, so it's irrefutable data, you know, and that's why there's more and more evidence coming out. There's lawsuits. It's just, but it's like everything, you know. The Vietnam War, I was 17 years old in the Marines, and they ended the war. I was a lousy Marine. I'd have been killed right away. But the Marines want to make you into a killer, and I was just never going to be a killer. So, but looking back now, everybody condemns it. Oh, it was a political this or that. It was big business. They wanted to make money on selling guns, and, you know, we were going to stop communism. It's like, what? It was all made up ridiculous. It's the Boogie Man thing I told you earlier. They said communism was the boogeyman who's going to come over here and eat our eyeballs, children's eyeballs out. So let's go over to Vietnam and kill them. Now in your lifetime, the Middle Eastern wars. Same thing World War II and World War I. If you think anything's been different in the past, you're mistaken. Only now it's this whole stupid Martian germ thing. And they're not done. So anyway, sorry, I got on my little soapbox. However, and so spending a lot of time, 2 clips on this. Should you get the Martian vaccine? And the answer is no. Even if, in my opinion, if you see me as a doctor, I'll give you my opinion. And so you have to weigh this and make your own educated decision. But if you have emphysema and you're 75 and you push an oxygen tank, I still don't want you to get the Martian vaccine. Because the benefit is it will boost your immune system a little bit. All it does is boost your antibodies. It does nothing to T cells. 0. Now, maybe it's changed. They have these new Martian boosters. But we waited a year to get an antibody test, and then I was testing everybody for the next year. And what we saw was the Martian vaccine gave you 6 months, maybe up to a year of protection, and then your antibodies were gone. And that's why everybody got sick again. And then, oh, you need a booster. That's why there's endless boosters, because the vaccine is so crappy and so weak, it doesn't last. So the people that make these things are brilliant scientists. They know what they're doing. So what does it mean? I mean, people now can get, I think, 5 boosters? How much money are they making? You know, if you look at according to the accounting department of the U.S. government, whatever, and if this isn't accurate, it's probably close. They say we borrowed $4.2 trillion to fight COVID. $4.2 trillion. How much did the drug companies get? How much did the researchers get? It's a cash cow. I should have bought stock. I mean, if I was a creep, I would have just bought stock in Pfizer. I should have seen this coming, because they've made so much money. And they didn't even give us a Ferrari. They gave us a piece of junk. They gave us a beat-up, used 1976 whatever. Yeah. So why would I risk my patients for a junk vaccine, which is what it is? It's junk. So, and you know, you prove me wrong, but this is what the antibodies test. You can find this information. It's not. So I'm really not against vaccines. I'm against all genetic modifiers. The problem with genetically modifying vaccines, and I can't get into this, I'm going to do videos on this in great depth, but they'll be on my website. If you want details, I'm going to give you, it's like just this video would be an hour. But the bottom line is there are 3 ways, count them, 1, 2, 3, that the vaccine can go sideways and screw you up. And the worst way is the vaccine gets into your chromosomes and it's permanently implanted there. And now you are going to forever make spike protein. And so your body's going to try to fight a virus that's not there. That's going to kill you. If it goes on and on, the inflammation from you trying to fight a virus that's not there will cause so much inflammation, it's going to kill the tissues where that is. So if it's in your heart, lungs, kidney, liver, sayonara. All these athletes dropping dead on sports fields, that's the vaccine. That's what that is. But of course, I'm just a crazy guy if you don't look into this and get any science. Anyway, this is the time's up, and I'm done with this. I'm Dr. Debunk.